rejoindre. Et Jean-Charles Maccioni, sous vos applaudissements, s'il vous plaît. Lui, il est bilingue et lui, il est très bon. Et il va pouvoir justement appeler toutes ses équipes et nous parler de cette belle collaboration avec OSV. Merci beaucoup, Jean-Charles. Voici le petit micro qui va bien. Hop, il est ouvert. Jean-Charles, comment ça va ce matin?
Très bien,
ouais.
très bien, très bien.
Le site te convient?
Ah non, mais moi je suis un représentant. Si vous cherchez un représentant pour MyOSVD,
ouais,
c'est fait.
C'est pas mal, hein?
Je saurais faire. Bon, merci à vous. Il nous reste 10 petites minutes. On va faire plus court. Voilà, pour prendre la parole. Je vais appeler mes amis allemands. D'habitude, c'est vous qui montez à Munich. Voilà, pour ISPO. Aujourd'hui,
vos applaudissements, s'il vous plaît. Hop, Léna.
Voilà, donc comme je disais, d'habitude, c'est vous qui montez là-haut, boire un petit peu de bière et faire un peu de business. Aujourd'hui, on a fait l'inverse. Voilà, on a invité Léna Haushofer, c'est la nouvelle patron ISPO Outdoor by ISPO.
Merci.
Et nos amis Christophe Rapp.
Bonjour.
Oh, très bien. Il parle très très bien espagnol. Et Christophe Beaufils.
Bonjour à tous.
Christophe Beaufils, papa français, mais maman allemande, donc plutôt allemand. Voilà. Donc, dans cette période de... C'est la vie. Dans cette période de changement, d'évolution, et après un salon à Outdoor by ISPO qui a pris fin la semaine dernière, qui a eu lieu la semaine dernière, voilà, on essaye de se projeter avec vous, l'industrie et le retail, pour travailler ensemble. Hein. C'est sûr que les lignes ont changé. Donc, on va vous présenter brièvement les évolutions d'ISPO Munich, voilà, et puis ensuite les autres solutions qui sont proposées, parce qu'aujourd'hui, bien sûr, on parle de digital. Le but du jeu, c'est d'être vraiment dans cette notion de retour sur investissement. Honneur aux dames, Léna.
Merci beaucoup. I have to talk in English. I'm sorry I cannot talk French, but I hope that's fine for you. So thank you for the introduction, JC. I just want to talk a bit about ISPO Munich, because with ISPO Munich, we have a new date, and it's really the kickoff of the winter season, which makes it to the ideal platform for the sports industry. And ISPO Munich is actually taking place 28th to 13th in Munich on the Munich Fairgrounds. And your presence as a brand is more relevant than ever, because it is the restart of the winter season, and we have 10 exhibition halls, which we reduced the size to 200 square meters, which makes it the ideal place for the brands to showcase the highlight products. And we sharpened the duration of the fair to 3 days, so it's really efficient and cost efficiency, actually. And it is also more relevant than ever, because with the Future Lab, we created a hall within ISPO Munich, within the 10 exhibition halls, where really innovation, future, cross-industry, solution providers, ISPO Award exhibition, Tech Trends Awards, really trends highlights we're showcasing. And yeah, the third point is, of course, the valuable connections in person, because we can meet athletes, we can meet decision makers, and yeah, just be in person in November, be there. But there's not just ISPO Munich, there's much more in the ISPO group.
Thank you, Lena. And thank you, JC, for the introduction. I think je parle un peu français, mais je suis désolé. I will speak in English because it's a little bit more easy for me. We are often asked what we do, so we don't consider ourselves just as a trade show provider or an organizer of space. So we do a lot more. Oh, yeah. And all what we do is actually driven by that sentence, by that, how I say, learning that actually if 77% of brands would disappear, nobody would care. So especially for us in the sports and outdoor industry, that's actually a very alerting message, because it's all about emotion and it's all about relevance and it's all about, how I say, yeah, touching the heart of consumers. But consumers actually wouldn't care if 77% of the brands would disappear. So this is actually what drives us at ISPO a lot. Because we realize, especially within the last 2 years, we have war, we had COVID-19, we have environmental threats a lot. So people are asking more meaningful questions. So they want to know where you as a brand, for example, stand. What is your attitude and what is it what you do that makes you relevant to them? So it's all about relevance. It's not only about the product, it's also about how you develop the product. How is it, how I say, in which sustainable circumstances you develop the product? Is it consumer-centric? Did you talk to the consumer? Is the consumer's mindset in that product? Did you wrap the message nicely? And do you appear in the very, how I say, meaningful context? And for that, we actually developed a whole ecosystem that helps you a little bit to create the message, to create the product, to create the insights you might need for the product. Or especially you need to find the textiles for the product with ISPO Textrends, for example. Of course, we have the trade shows like you see, ISPO Munich, Outdoor by ISPO, and the both trade shows in China. But we have so much more. We have startup incubator or community activation platform. And for all what we do, it's all about trends and relevance, what I said earlier. So we have kind of a mega trend-driven perspective. That means in order to give you an environment and a platform for meaningful, to being meaningful, we try to give you context. And we think it's all about trends, but trends that will last. So for us, it's mega trends. We think sports is at the heart of everything. For example, we think the change in mobility is actually driven by the bike. We also think that the smartwatch you have is also your digital assistant, but it's also your fitness tool. So it's everything. The technology, I don't know, for example, Amazon will use in future to transport your package to your house is actually the same technology that we use right now to have nice shots in the outdoors or for winter sports or action movies. So it's all interconnected and it's all together. And that is kind of the megatrend-driven strategy we want to use to create relevance for you. And the best thing is, I say, the best engine in this context is actually our magazine, our digital magazine at ispo.com. So we try to, how I say, bring that content and that idea of megatrends online, and it serves like a magnet. It makes you visible, it makes the sports industry visible and gives meaningful context. So actually your products and your idea and your brands can appear really in the right environment and the reception is the right one. So these are the people we actually reach. So we reach two persons or two kind of persons, two target groups, and that is for one sport business and for the others consumer experts, so high involved consumers. And a guy who's really working close with both of them is Christoph Rapp, who's taking care, for example, of the startup incubator ISPO Brand New and the community activation platform ISPO Collaborators Club, and I think you can tell something about it.
Yeah, of course. Thank you, Christoph. Warm welcome from my side as well. As said, our mission really is to create valuable connections. What does that mean for you, the sports industry? Our approach is to support you in all stages, starting or beginning with the startups. So ISPO Brand New, one of the biggest startup competitions in the world, the final always taking place at ISPO Munich with a big startup village. 25 of the pre-selected startups will also have the possibility to pitch live on stage, and then of course there is different category winners, one overall winner, and a networking ceremony where those startups will be connected with investors, with media, with other sports brand and relevant stakeholders. That's something we are doing in close cooperation with OSV, so we are very happy if through that way the one or the other startup would join our competition as well. And then, obviously, on the other side, looking at the end of the value chain, there's the consumer. And consumer centricity nowadays, and that's nothing new to most of you, is key in planning your business for the future. So that's why, 8 or 9 years ago, we already started to build a consumer community consisting out of highly involved sports consumers, so mainly sports enthusiasts. And over the years, this community grew. We now have more than 50,000 consumer experts on an international level. We are connecting with brands. So as a brand, you can reach out to that community by either doing product tests, co-create new products together with the consumer, generate market insights you would not get in another way. So it's actually about really using the consumer at a very early stage of product design or as a accompanying measure to product or market launches. So that has just been really a short dive into what is our mission, what kind of products we offer, and we will be here the whole day. So if anyone has some questions, comments, or suggestions, please ask us. And yeah, we are happy to answer. Thank you very much for having us. Have a great day.
Merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup, Léna, Christophe. Donc ISPO, vous l'avez compris, c'est pas uniquement les salons, la bière, l'apéro. Voilà, aujourd'hui, on va un petit peu plus loin. Donc on va être dispo. Voilà, je voulais juste en profiter pour remercier OSV. Ça fait très longtemps qu'on travaille avec vous. Il va y avoir un peu de changement aujourd'hui. On sort avec Benjamin, Lily et toute l'équipe d'un relance, d'un salon qui est un salon de relance. Il y a plein de choses à faire. Donc très content d'être là. Passez une bonne journée. Superbe événement ici. Merci beaucoup.
Merci à toutes les équipes d'ISPO sous vos applaudissements. S'il vous plaît. Merci à vous quatre. Merci beaucoup. Congratulations. J'en profite pour vous dire que